So that's why we're here. What can we do? And sometimes the situation is a difficult person, and sometimes it's bullying. So we now have to look at, well, what is workplace bullying? So workplace bullying, there are 3 things you got to know. First of all, it's deliberate, meaning the bully does know what they're doing. They're thinking, I'm going to go and target Jane. And did you watch the movie The Devil Wears Prada with Meryl Streep? That's a little bit of homework there. I like to recommend some movies. Well, Meryl Streep in that movie, man, was she ever good. And if you haven't watched it, that would be your homework. And if you have watched it, watch it again with new eyes. Watch it as a group at work. And then what you say to your staff, you say, I wouldn't mind your opinion on this. What do you think about this? Promote some discussion. And then you get people to start talking about workplace bullying. What was with this boss? She would go and give somebody a task and then change it. Do you remember when she said, well, go and get me a steak in New York City at 11:30 in the morning, which this poor assistant, Anne Hathaway, couldn't find a steak, but she actually went across the tracks to find the steak. They show her coming down the streets of New York all the way up to the office building, put the steak down, and she goes, I want a Starbucks. What's with the steak? She changed course. And then Anne Hathaway's thinking, geez, if I just parted my hair on the left, if I just wore orange. And she started to have the self-doubt in all the steps that we've just outlined here. And that's what happens all the time. And the bully, as soon as they see you taking on all this responsibility, the bully gets this rush. I've got power over. And their addiction is fed. So then we say, well, how do we stop somebody from bullying us? Well, first of all, we've got to recognize it. And then we've got to put in that boundary. And so then you say, well, how do you do that? Stay tuned. It's disrespectful by whom? The target says, you know, this doesn't feel good. You just know when you walk away from this person, you don't feel great. And I don't know about you, but I have a theory. I think the best thing we can do in life is to have an essence about ourselves that when somebody's around us, they say, gee, I just feel better about myself when I'm around Mary. I just feel better about myself when I'm around Tony. And if somebody can say that about you, then you're doing a good job. But if they say, gee, I don't feel very good around that person, well then I think that's shared responsibility. So that's how disrespectful can be defined. And the third one is it's repeated. It happens over and over and over again. That's the key with bullying. The bully says, I'm going to go after this person this way, and then, okay, tomorrow it's going to be this way, and I do this again. And when they come to the meeting, I'm going to look at everybody else except this person. And when I invite everyone for lunch, I'm going to invite everyone except this person. And then this person says, hey, everybody went for lunch. Well, I gave you the email, which they didn't, but how would they ever prove it? And you think, geez, I just parted my hair on the left. Trying to think about how to fit in again. So it is deliberate, disrespectful, and repeated. And it's always for the bully's gain. The bully will never think, gee, how could we have a win-win here? They're not ever thinking about what would be nice for you.